It's really interesting now. The timing of it has made this interesting game on game, Jamie. And again, Arne Slot spoke about the responsibility he has to try and get results as Liverpool manager. So does he play against Brighton next Monday? And for the title party here on the final day, does he also play in that?
He doesn't have to get results right now. The title's won. What I would say is I think, a little bit like me, I think the manager would have been a little bit shocked by how vociferous it was. I think you can expect frustration, a little bit of disappointment. I think the best thing Liverpool supporters can do if Trent Alexander-Arnold does play another game for Liverpool, because I still think that's up in the air, that might be his last performance. And that might actually be the right thing. Because Liverpool don't need a circus between now and the end of the season. You know, because this is the story of the game now. But if you're frustrated with Trent, sing Conor Bradley's name. Sing Steven Gerrard's name, as was just mentioned in the interview. Don't boo a player, because it just leaves you open to criticism from everybody up and down the land about Liverpool supporters. When you're actually seeing the scenes here 2 weeks ago, you've probably never seen scenes anywhere in the country like that from when a team win the title. That's what Liverpool supporters, in my mind, are about. That wasn't representative of them, and I don't like to think of them as like that, but it was a fact. It happened tonight. So I think if Trent does continue to play, and that's also something the manager's got to think about, because he doesn't need this circus or this talk about Trent. He's moving on. He's left the football
Does he not
club.
deserve that moment, though? Certainly on the last day here, to be part of that group that plays in the last game here, to get his hands on the trophy?
Yes, of course he does, but he doesn't need to come on the pitch. Everyone will come on the pitch at the end of the game. He doesn't need to be brought on. You know, and I've said before, it's not about a send-off or nothing like that. I mean, he's choosing to leave. You know what I mean? I don't agree with that today. But I don't think there should be a thing where he's, you know, giving this big thing at the end of the season, or he's given a microphone to give a big speech in front of the crowd. He's choosing to leave the football club, and that's why the frustration's there. That, for me, was a step too far. Single the players' names. Don't boo a player who's wearing the Liverpool shirt on the pitch.
Can I just ask you, you're a local lad, what does it mean to play for Liverpool? Obviously, he's been there for, what was it, 20 years now, and it seems a little bit different with Liverpool. You know, the support you have, the trophies that you've won, but it's just become a story that's gone on and on and on. Is this because he is a local lad?
That is it all for me about him being a local player. And what you've got to remember is Liverpool as a city sees themselves, and not just Liverpool football, Liverpool as the city is almost us against the Wales or us against the rest of the country. And the Liverpool supporters think that playing for Liverpool is the utmost. And when you're a local player like Trent is, like I was, you can't see yourself as bigger than the club, or you've almost got to not sacrifice yourself for the club. You're playing for Liverpool, it's a great honour, but you can never be seen to be almost bigger than the club or better than the club. And I always felt when I was playing, and I wanted to be a one-club man, I was determined to be that, but I always think, how do you leave Liverpool? So you can either leave by going to something better. Liverpool supporters are not going to be happy about that, because again, it's like, this is our utmost, this is our ultimate, nothing is better than Liverpool. And also, once I was going to stay, was how do I leave? How long do I stay? Now, I was offered a contract, an extra year at Liverpool, and I turned it down. And the reason I turned it down was because I was a local player playing for Liverpool, because I didn't want to anger or upset the supporters, because I didn't think I was good enough to play for Liverpool every week, or 25, 30 games a season in that last season. And then I just said, I've got to get out. I don't want Liverpool supporters going to the game and turning up and thinking Jamie Carragher's playing, and thinking, oh, I couldn't do that. Now, if I was playing for someone else, if I was playing for Aston Villa, if I was playing for Tottenham or Newcastle, another club in the Premier League, I'd have signed another year, because I'd have done that for myself. I'd have been thinking about myself. So I think when you are a local player, it was always in my mind that it's almost 50% of what you want and 50% of the club. You never feel as if it's all about you. Now, the frustration with Trent is the fact that he's a local player and he's made a decision for himself, which is fine. That's what 90% of footballers do throughout their career. But when you're a local player at Liverpool, that is not going to go down well. And what you come back to is, when I go back to this interview with Trent, when he was asked on Sky Sport, I think by Harriet, that would you rather win the Champions League or the Ballon d'Or? When he said the Ballon d'Or, that is, even if he thinks that is not the right answer, if you're a local player at Liverpool, it's like the club has to be the number one. But it was a
fascinating insight, wasn't it, into the way that his mind works.
But I think that showed Liverpool supporters, this isn't a local player who thinks about the club more than himself. It's like he's a brand, he's a unique footballer, he's fantastic. The fact Real Madrid won him shows you they are the biggest club in the world. You know what I mean? He's an amazing footballer.